Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe It's Not the Mouse.
Hola, bienvenidos. It's your boy, Babi Whiskey. And I was just hopping in to say that this was my edit of a collaboration I did with Saicam Films. The actual full video is on his channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll add the video in the description below. And yeah, just show some support. We both tried really hard to get this out to you. And now back to the tier list. Yeah.
This is just a special side episode of sorts where me and my guest host are just going to be ranking Pokemon starters because there's a new Pokemon game coming out. People love Pokemon and I love Pokemon, so it's pretty much what it comes down to.
It's Babi.
Okay,
It's Babi.
she's Babby
You
now.
doxed me, dude. Nah, dude, you doxed me
I didn't
on
know
your
that.
own channel.
I didn't know that you were named Babby. You
She...
should have mentioned that.
It's on the name. It's on the Zoom. It's right. It's Babi Whiskey.
I thought it was just a nickname. I didn't know that was what you were going by.
Damn.
So we got a few cheers here for Pokemon starters. We got our instant choice, give it some thought, if I have to, and should have been wild. So
I guess let's get started with the most recent.
do you want to go first?
Honestly, this guy, look at him. He looks like an apple. He's so cute.
That would be the fire starter of the upcoming game, Coco. And yeah, who knows what they're going to evolve into. So I kind of would like if it was like a fire electric, given that it's got the little yellow piece on top. And I know that when it comes to a lot of Spanish lore, crocodiles tend to have control over like lightning and stuff like that. But I doubt that's what they're going to go with. On second place for me, I would go with Sprigatito. Maybe to give it some thought spot. It's an adorable little guy. I don't know what it's going to turn into. A lot of people are hinting at a grass fairy. I don't know. It's not something that I haven't seen enough of that doesn't make it that makes it I guess exciting.
He's really fluffy, but if it came down between him and Lit, go for a Litten. So he's obviously not my first choice. Yeah.
And then the last one is Quaxley, which for that one I'll still put it in the give it some thought spot just because it's a cute little thing. I will say that it makes me feel like I should put it down lower to the should have been wild because it just looks like a typical duck water Pokemon that we've seen before. Like there was the one from the fifth generation Ducklet, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's called. Oh boy, you're searching it.
Got a fact check. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, I
So
guess he could have been wild.
I'm willing to put it bumped up to give it some thought, just because it is such a cute design. Um, shoot, I'm blanking
Grookey?
out his name. Groki, and
Grookey.
it's kind of funny because that's the one that I automatically gravitated towards. I honestly love monkey Pokemon, so that was an instant yes to me. I love the final evolution to it where it becomes a drummer. It's an instant choice for me.
Yeah, honestly, I was really surprised by the evolutions because if I would have known that Sobble turned into that really skinny twink looking thing, then I would have obviously gotten Grookey because the name's cute and the evolutions are cute. And look at him. He's a monkey. Grookey is an instant choice. 10 out of 10.
So next up would be Score Bunny. I would put it in give it some thought just because the first stage and the second stage are really good, like design wise. I just feel like the last one is where it kind of loses me a bit. I don't know about you on that front.
I mean, I didn't mind the final evolution, so I'll leave it here and give it some thought.
So which marking would you have put it at?
If I have to, like, it's not bad design wise or evolution wise, but it's not like good. Like, at least the
Right,
ones in the second tier are really cute, but like,
right.
it's whatever.
Yeah, maybe if I have to would be a good spot to put it in.
There you go.
Which
That's
brings us to the last starter,
This
and
Hubble really disappointed me.
yeah,
Like,
like
he's so cute
mhm.
and interesting because it's a chameleon and he's a crybaby and he's adorable. But like, once it evolved, it was like none. It wasn't. It didn't meet my expectation.
I know a lot of people love Sobble the most based on that initial trailer, but to me, it was always the one that I just gravitated to the least. So for me, it's a definite if I have to. The grass tap Rowlet, and yeah, this is definitely a top tier Pokemon.
Definitely. And it's such a simple design too. Like, look at him. He's so round.
Yeah.
Like, he's shaped like a friend.
So next up, we have Litten, who, funny enough, this is another one that I would kind of put in the instant choice. At first, I was kind of more towards give it some thought, and I thought it was kind of funny that they made it a fire dark instead of a firefighting because it's like it looks like a firefighting, but I
Yeah, because it's a
guess
luchador.
the way they explain it, like, oh well, it's supposed to be more like a heel type because there's the whole thing with luchadors where you got the guys who tend to act bad, in wrestling matches, who are known as like the heel wrestlers. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of get it on that point. It still feels kind of like they only did that just because they wanted to avoid doing a firefighting because of how much controversy there is on that by having it happen like 3 times in a row.
I think at first glance, when the game first came out, it didn't really catch my attention because it was just like a cat. I did fall in love with the evolution Incineroar because it's a luchador. He fights for the kids. He has so much personality. And if it wasn't for the Super Smash Brothers series, I would probably put in the give it some thought. But what it starts off with and what it becomes, it's a really good Pokemon. So it's an instant choice if Rowlet wasn't around.
Yeah,
Look how edgy he is. He kind of looks like Shadow the Hedgehog. Instant choice.
and then we got everyone's least favorite of this generation, Poplio. I don't know. I kind of feel a little bad for it because it is a cute design, and I do like the final evolution, especially because it's one of the rare ones where, especially now that with a lot of these Pokemon designs, more specifically on the starters, not one that I get right away. I did end up using it in game, but it was just more or less just because like one, complete Pokedex, and two, just because it's like okay, it's a good design, but nothing too special.
Like it's not a bad design. It's not a bad Pokemon, but it's been overshadowed by the other two
Yeah.
that I kind of don't want it on my team, but like if I have to, sure. Maybe
uh
we should change this to like it's not bad, but dot dot dot. Because I feel like that's what this is turning into.
so next up would be the Kalos region, and he's a definite.
Nah.
I mean,
Sorry.
look, I'm gonna say this right now about shoot, what's his name?
Chespin.
Chespin. Chespin is easily to me the weakest design that they've ever done for any of these starters because it nothing about it really screams, grass starter, aside from the fact that it has like a green hoodie, which even that is kind of weird. Like it almost feels less like something that's actually supposed to be on his body and more like something they just attached at the very last minute. The evolutions don't do it much favor because you got the second stage, which is like just this giant ball thing.
Yeah, it's just like a ball with arms.
I would have put in should have been wild spot. Um, I guess since we have an extra spot that says nah man, we could put it right there, but yeah, it's
Nah, man.
which then brings us to the fire type,
Oops.
Finnegan, which for being a fire psychic type, it's definitely one where I don't really care too much about.
That's true. Like compared to all the other designs, kind of like Gardevoir or the evolution of Pop what's his name? Poplio blah, blah.
Poplio,
Yeah. So I kind of have like some nostalgia writing on it, so I'm gonna put in give it some thought.
yeah,
It's not the best, but also like it's not bad. Like I like it. It's cute.
even though a lot of people seem to hate its final form, I'm just like, I mean, it's fine. It's just not one
Because
that I
people
remember too
hate
much
women,
about.
bro. They're like, ah, woman,
Maybe.
forget about it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Redacted.
gave it some thoughts. It seems fine. I mean, for me, it's on the low end of that, which then brings us to the final one of this, which is Froakie, who for me
Broken.
is an instant choice.
Nah, man. No, I'm just kidding. It's whatever. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I fucking love frogs.
Yeah,
But like this one's it's got a bud on its nose. But I
those are
see what they're
glasses.
going with. It looks like, have you seen those old Japanese cartoons where they have like the thief and he
Yeah,
has like a bag on his back and he ties it to his nose?
yeah.
That's kind of what it reminds me of. I mean that in a good way because it's kind of cute. I don't think it'd be an instant choice for me if you say so.
I don't
So you're
know.
only there because of Greninja, buddy. But if it was up to me, you'd be right here.
And Snivy, who I don't really care for this one. It is fine. I've always been kind of like, well, what am I exactly supposed to be looking at? Like, it's only until like the final evolution that it becomes clear that it's supposed to be a snake, and I think that kind of hurts the starter for me, just because the fact that it has like the legs and stuff like right away, it feels like it really should have just started off as a snake body from the beginning, and that would have made it a little bit better. I kind of put it in the if I have to.
But I think the design's kind of boring. It's kind of whack.
Yeah,
Sorry. Like this is just like a whack ass leaf.
which then leaves us to Tepeg, who
Yes.
again, I know a lot of
No.
people.
He is an instant choice. He is so cute. Look at his little look at his ears. Look at that tail. He is like this is something that you'd want on your team because he's gonna become your best friend.
Which leads to our last one, which is Oshawott, and
He's
that one's the
adorable.
instant choice for me.
Yeah. Sorry, like I have nothing to say. He's just so cute and charming and polite. You just can't get mad at this guy. Like I don't know why they would hate him. Like look at him. He looks like an ice cream cone. He's got his little shell. Look at those soft eyes. Look at that. Very cute. 10 out of 10. Instant choice. Oshawott.
Churchwig,
Oh,
uh,
Turtwig. Here he is.
yeah, that might actually be the right spot for it, but it's never one that I ever really bothered going towards, and yeah, it's just never really impressed me in game or or anything. So I kind of have to go with it if I have to, despite how much it's weird saying that.
I would probably be like, I want one of the other ones. But if it was a wild Pokemon, now that's a different story. Because if you see this in the wild, you'd be like, that thing is so fucking cute. I'm gonna catch it.
I don't know. I still feel like it should be an if I have to, but I get what you're saying, and it definitely would have benefited if it was just a wild Pokemon. So yeah, in that regards, I guess yeah, it should be in the wild area. Chimchar,
Look at him.
and
So cute. He's monkey.
that's an instant choice for me. But even ignore
Bless you.
that was a cough. It's just an all around cool design.
Yeah, he's a monkey. Look at those big ears. We should have more big ear Pokemon.
Yeah, so which leads into Piplup, and this one's uh
Oh.
as a design, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, it just looks like a constipated penguin. I didn't like the final evolution for this one. It's too stiff.
Yeah,
It was really boring. It really fell flat.
Trico, who I put that as a high give some thought instant choice.
I'd put him in a high, give it some thought.
Then we got Torchic, who
He's cute. Hey, where would you put this?
I kind of put it into a give it some thought.
It just looks like a baby chick. And I think Piplup looks cuter than this, but its evolutions are where it really shines. So I'll put it in a low, give it some thought. Mudkip is really cute. So it's such a good Pokemon, competitive wise. And like I don't know, I love Mudkip. And I'm not gonna go into that weird ass meme that kind of ruined it for me. But
Do you like Mudkips?
shut the fuck up, man. Oh, pardon my French. Be quiet, sir. You are offending my favorite Pokemon.
Chikorita, that's for me, it's a pretty simple. Should have been wild. It's just one of the most forgettable designs that they've ever done for any of the Pokemon starters. This is actually the worst starter to go with. on the Johto games, and it's probably one of the worst starters to go with in any of the games because it's not a very strong Pokemon in battle.
It just looks like a turnip
Yeah.
and a soft dinosaur, and it doesn't look very tough.
Then there's Cyndaquil, which that one's I wouldn't
Hmm?
go instant choice. I think it's a cute design up front. I do not care for the evolutions. I find the evolutions to be some of the most boring.
Maybe give it some thought.
I put it in give it some thought. I was gonna say that it was between if I have to and give it some thought. It just quickly dwindles the second the evolutions come in for me. Like it's never really stood out.
I think the flames really make or break this Pokemon. So that's why I put it and give it some thought. Otherwise, it would have been an instant choice because of how cool it is with the flames on. I don't know. Without it, it's just it's lacking.
Then that leaves us with Totodile, and that to me is an instant choice with
I
one.
agree.
It's okay. So here's the thing with Pikachu. One, like I said, design wise, it would be an instant choice, but it's never been one of the stronger starters just because whether it's in Pokemon Yellow or Let's Go Pikachu, I almost always have to end up going into the Pokemon Center the second I finish a battle with it because it's that weak. I don't know. I would go with if I have to on this one, just because one, while it'd be easy to say it should have been wild, its design does of course move it far up.
It's very unique. It has a lot of nostalgia running on it, considering it's the mascot for the whole series. Because eventually I am gonna catch one. I just don't think that this is something I would choose. It would be kind of like a secondary character for me. I think, I don't even think. Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon. I'm kind of biased when it comes to it. That's why I have it in like the top instant choice. Not only is it strong, it can also learn like sleep powder and stuff.
Yeah,
So you have like a bunch of status effects and the poisoning and it's strong. It's such a good Pokemon. Like it's the most reliable Pokemon in this whole list. So it's always gonna be number one in the Pokédex and in my heart.
Charmander, who that's another instant choice for me.
Yeah, it is. It is the Pokemon with the best character development for sure. And it added that extra kick to your gameplay because
Hmm.
it's kind of like you're playing in hard mode, and it really like puts people in the grind to get it up to a higher level enough to defeat the gym leaders. And I think in the end, like you'd end up with a really strong Charmander at the end of the run. So it's a big plus, and it's really cute. So instant choice.
Like no, I've played from beginning to end, red, blue, yellow, Eevee. Like I've had them all. Yeah, Squirtle's the one that definitely came up the least. It's just like the least memorable of the three, which is not necessarily a bad thing because you're really putting it up against two very iconic Pokemon. Blastoise is a really great design, and it's kind of funny because apparently that wasn't even originally what it was supposed to evolve into, but they mixed it at the last minute. Because I know there was like a leak where it showcased like, okay, before Blastoise became a Squirtle evolution, it originally had its own line. So that the fact that the two mixed so well is kind of funny to me. My only real disappointment with Blastoise, especially with later generations, is that it really should have gotten a second typing. I think it should be like a water steel type, especially given that it has the cannons.
Yeah, especially because of that. Yeah, honestly, like Generation 1 is the most like overall the cutest design, the most reliable Pokemon, and like the strongest final evolution. Like Blastoise has like the cannons and like Hydro Pump really makes sense. Like the moves that it has at the end, and then Skull Dash. And it's such an interesting Pokemon to play with. Like if I could, I'd probably get all three.
Which you
But
technically could in
yeah,
Pokemon
if
Let's
you can.
Go, Pikachu and Eevee, and also in Pokemon Yellow. So that's kind of why nowadays I mostly play Pokemon Yellow.
Mm-hmm. It's a good team. It's just no contest. They're good Pokemon.
Yeah. So
We have like these weird miscellaneous ones at the bottom of like Pokemon spin-offs and stuff. Do you want to rate these too?
no, I mean, look, Teddy Ursa would be a nah man. I mean, it's cute, but it's nothing I'd ever bother getting, even with the recent
Ursaring.
Umbreon and Espeon. I mean, Umbreon would definitely be the instant choice for me on that regard, just because it's my favorite of the evolutions. Espeon would be the give it some thought, but I mean, realistically, not anything that I'd take seriously right here. So yeah, that kind of wraps up.
Do you wanna put these in order? Should we just put these in order?
I mean,
Or do you wanna just leave it like that?
to a certain extent, I mean, I don't know. Just it's kind of hard to rank these specifically, but I guess if I'm going to, I think that actually looks good. Yeah, I don't know if you got anything else to say.
I agree with this. Like, I'm not gonna fight you on anything. I think I already fought you before, but yeah, this is a solid tier list right here.
Yeah,
And again,
which
this is all just our opinions. I know everybody has their favorite Pokemon, and maybe it didn't make it to the tier that you wanted it to. But like, come on, it's just our opinion.
the fact that so few went below the if I have to ranking should tell you how much we enjoy these. I mean, the fact that Instant Choice has the most Pokemon on it should again tell you how much we like the stuff. So yeah, I hope this is something that some of you guys like, and who knows, maybe I'll make it a part of the regular series, just to add some variety every now and then.
Yeah, I thought it was fun, honestly.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, just like it, subscribe. The general stuff.
Hopefully you have me again on the show. I have a lot of fun co-hosting with you, and hopefully by then I'll have all my social media up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Honestly, it really helps a lot, and it gives us a lot of motivation to keep doing this for you. We just want to entertain.
Yeah, thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again next time.
See ya!